The Young and the Restless spoilers a dangerous game of love and lies. Sally Spectra had always been a woman of ambition. She carried herself with a fiery confidence, often masking the insecurities and vulnerabilities that lay beneath. Known for her fierce independence and sharp wit, Sally wasn't one to fall easily into relationships, especially not into the arms of a man like Billy Abbott. Yet here she was, rushing into a romance with Billy with a speed that raised more than a few eyebrows in Genoa City. For those who knew Sally well, her sudden intimacy with Billy seemed out of character. But for Sally, every move she made now was calculated, designed to shield a secret she wasn't ready to reveal. Secrets beneath the surface. The truth weighed heavily on Sally. She was pregnant, and the baby wasn't Billy's. It was Adam Newman's. Her brief relationship with Adam had been a whirlwind of passion and complications, but things had soured beyond repair. Adam's toxic tendencies and the baggage of their shared history had made it clear to Sally that a future with him was impossible. And so Sally devised a plan as risky as it was desperate. By turning her attention to Billy, a man who wore his heart on his sleeve and often let his emotions cloud his judgment, Sally hoped to escape Adam's shadow. If she could convince Billy that the child was his, she could start fresh and keep Adam at bay. But Genoa City was a town of secrets, and not everyone was as naive as Billy. Jill's warning. Jill Abbott, sharp-eyed and seasoned in the ways of manipulation, was the first to sense something amiss. She had seen countless schemes in her time, and Sally's sudden affection for Billy set off every alarm in her mind. She's hiding something. Jill told Jack Abbott during a private conversation. I don't know what it is yet, but mark my words, this isn't love. Sally's playing a game and Billy's too blind to see it. Jack, ever the optimist, hesitated. Maybe she's changed, Jill. People can surprise you. Jill scoffed. Oh, she's surprising, all right, but I'm telling you, this isn't about love, it's about leverage. Just wait and see. Jill's suspicions grew even stronger when she overheard snippets of conversations between Sally and Chloe Mitchell. The hushed tones, the nervous glances, it all pointed to something big. And Jill was determined to uncover the truth. Billy's blind devotion. Billy Abbott, meanwhile, was oblivious to the storm brewing around him. For all his flaws, Billy had always been a romantic at heart. When he fell for someone, he fell hard, throwing caution to the wind. Sally's charm captivated him, and he quickly dismissed the concerns of those around him. Sally's different, he insisted to his sister, Lily Winters, who had tried to warn him. She's smart, driven, and we understand each other. Lily shook her head in frustration. Billy, you're letting your feelings cloud your judgment. Sally has a history of playing games. Don't let yourself get caught up in something you'll regret. But Billy wouldn't listen. In his eyes, Sally was everything he wanted, and no one could convince him otherwise. Sally's inner conflict. Despite her carefully crafted plan, Sally wasn't without guilt. Every time Billy looked at her with genuine affection, a pang of remorse shot through her. She hated the lies she was telling, but the fear of Adam finding out about the baby and the chaos that would ensue kept her on her chosen path. I'm doing this for my future, she whispered to herself late one night, her hands resting on her growing belly. For the baby's future. Adam can't be a part of this. But as the weeks passed, the pressure mounted. Billy's unwavering trust in her only deepened her sense of unease, while Jill's relentless scrutiny made it harder to keep her secret hidden. The inevitable confrontation. Jill's suspicions finally reached a boiling point. Armed with evidence she had pieced together, she confronted Sally during a tense encounter at Crimson Lights. You think you're so clever, don't you? Jill said, her voice dripping with disdain. But I see right through you. This little game you're playing with Billy, it won't end well for you. Sally straightened her shoulders, her defiance masking her fear. I don't know what you're talking about, Jill. Billy and I are happy. Maybe you should try being happy for him. Jill leaned in, her eyes cold. Don't play coy with me, Sally. I know you're pregnant, and I know that child isn't Billy's. The words hung in the air like a bombshell. Sally's face betrayed her shock, but she quickly composed herself. You don't know anything, she snapped. You're just making wild accusations because you can't stand to see Billy with someone who actually cares about him. Jill smirked. Oh, I'll prove it, Sally, and when I do, Billy will see you for who you really are. a chilling escalation. Jill's confrontation rattled Sally, but she refused to back down. Her resolve hardened, and she doubled down on her efforts to solidify her relationship with Billy. But Jill wasn't the only obstacle. Adam, sensing that something was off, began digging into Sally's recent behavior. It didn't take long for him to piece together the truth. When he confronted her, his anger was palpable. "You think you can just erase me from the equation?" Adam growled. "That's my child, Sally. You can't keep this from me." Sally's response was cold. "Watch me. You had your chance, Adam, and you blew it. This baby deserves better than you." As the battle lines were drawn, the once private conflict threatened to engulf everyone around them. Billy remained blissfully unaware, but the truth was a ticking time bomb, and when it exploded, the fallout would be devastating. The cost of deception. In Genoa City, secrets never stay buried for long. Sally's desperation to escape her past and protect her future had set into motion a chain of events that no one could stop. Would Billy forgive her when the truth came out? Would Adam fight for his child? And what would Jill do to ensure her family wasn't dragged down by Sally's lies? One thing was certain: the road ahead would be paved with heartbreak, betrayal, and cold, unrelenting consequences.